Welcome to the Road to 100 Million in Real Estate podcast, where you'll benefit from the opportunity to learn to become a skillful real estate investor. You'll get guidance from top industry producers, operators, and investors who are eager to help you learn from their proven strategies of success. Now to your host, Dawrance Constant.
Hey everyone, my name is Dawrance Constant. I am the host of the Road to $100 Million in Real Estate podcast. I am super excited to have you today on our journey, but I feel like I owe you on our first episode a bit of the purpose of the podcast and essentially what it's really about, right? And I also want to tell you more about myself, my experiences, and I hope you folks gain something along this journey of real estate investing. Well, the first thing, the Road to $100 Million in Real Estate podcast. Our podcast is hosted twice a week, every week, Tuesday and Thursday. And we're excited to share with you the insights and experiences on how to reach that coveted $100 million. Now, our guests are often folks who are either on their way to hitting the $100 million mark or have surpassed it, and they want to teach you about their journey to getting to that. This podcast is sponsored by Arch Capital Ventures, where I'm a partner and director of investor relations. At Arch Capital Ventures, we're a $100 million real estate investment fund where we invest in commercial real estate, and we primarily deploy capital to large 100 plus unit multi-family assets for repositioning and value add. Now, we're focused on the Southeast and we're focused on the Southwest markets and work in tandem with operators, and we're super well positioned in the market, places that we invest in. So if you're an accredited investor and you'd like to learn more about our investment opportunities, feel free to reach out to me directly at @Arch Capital Ventures. Now, this platform is where you can learn how to become a skillful investor in the commercial real estate space and do it big. We feature top industry producers, operators, investors who are eager to help you learn their strategies of success. Now, if you find value in the content that we release, feel free to reach out to me directly. If you have any questions, suggestions, again, you can connect with us at archcapital.ventures. I want to help you folks along your journey to successful real estate investing. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. Now, a little bit about me. I'm originally from Haiti, raised in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I attended Florida Atlantic University. At one point in my life, I wanted to be a Wall Street titan. So I ended up working at Goldman Sachs in New York City. And during that period of time, I even got recruited by Harvard University. The great thing about that experience is that I learned what I didn't like and also learned what I did like. And I just couldn't see myself giving away all of my 20s to investment banking for years upon years. But in 2008, as you folks may remember, there was a big market crash and it was a tough employment market. And let's face it, right? Beggars can't be choosers. So I did take on a role as a sales analyst with JP Morgan. And during those years, I really appreciate them because I learned so much. I'm super grateful for that experience. But I still had an urge to do something different, and I felt was more inspiring and more in line with my life goals. So I did end up foregoing that path of employment and going straight on into entrepreneurship afterward. But interestingly enough, I've been traveling a lot. And one day I learned about no contract cell phone plans while I was in Costa Rica, which I learned was standard outside of the U.S., but was not something that we practice in the U.S. Everything required, a contract and your social security number, which I thought was kind of silly, right? But it rang a bell for me. So I launched a cell phone store in South Florida where we were offering no contract, no credit check cell phone services. And today that option is super abundant, but back in 2011, this was still a very unique concept. But I started with not a lot of money. I started with about $3,000. But within a year, we became very successful in our local market and we grew revenue very quickly to the point where we got noticed by AT&T, where they were launching a new brand. And they reached out to me and they asked me, hey, would I like to be one of the folks who launches their new brand? And I thought it was an incredible opportunity. So I did jump on board. So I did take those funds I earned in my first business, launched it with AT&T Wireless. And my organization was one of the highest producing stores in the United States. We earned tons of awards, and that attracted investor attention. So we did raise some capital, and I opened stores across Florida. Now, during that time, I achieved a lot of financial gains and the freedom I wanted, but I didn't get one thing that was my third thing I always really wanted to have, and I always wanted to have a location independent business, right? Where I can run that business anywhere I am in the world. I had always had aspirations of traveling abroad for long periods of time and living a remote lifestyle of sorts, and one that wasn't so connected to any particular one place. I read a book by Tim Ferriss, which I'm sure many of you have heard of it. It's called The 4 Hour Work Week, which was a huge inspiration for me. It taught me that it was possible to have a business where I could have the financial freedom and also be location independent. So soon after that, coincidentally, things aligned and I got a great offer to sell my business. So I then successfully exited that business and decided to live my dream, and I traveled the world for a year. So I lived in Asia and Europe and Central and South America, and it was incredible. Cool thing is, during my travels, I came across different types of real estate investments, which really intrigued me. And that's where I started growing my passion for real estate investing. And that's where it ignited, right? I saw how owning properties could generate passive income and create financial stability. So I began to study the real estate market and read books on investing strategies. And I knew that that's the direction I want to go in. And additionally, I even learned about residential solar and the unique opportunities where it could help the earth, it could help families, and create an incredible business. And at the time, I read a quote by Warren Buffett, which really struck me. You know, Warren Buffett is one of the most renowned investors of all time. And he stated, energy regulation will be the largest wealth transfer in history. And after significant research, I started my own residential solar sales and install company. It's called Renewable Energy Advocates in 2020. And we have an operation which spans between South America and the United States. Now, through this podcast, I want to share my knowledge and experience with others who are interested in real estate and in business. And I want to help you avoid the mistake I've made and folks on my show who have made, with the idea to provide you with the guidance and support that you are going to need to either become a successful real estate investor, an entrepreneur, or just take your game to the next level. And in each episode of the Road to $100 Million in Real Estate podcast, we'll cover a range of topics from real estate investing, including market trends, investment strategies, finance options, and much more. We'll also bring to you industry experts and successful investors to share their insights and experiences. So whether you're a beginner or a seasoned investor, there will be something for you in this podcast. I do encourage you to subscribe and tune in every week so you can learn more about the world of commercial real estate investing, where we'll be diving in deeper into the world of real estate investing. As always, if you have questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to reach out to me at archcapital.ventures.
We trust that you enjoyed today's show. Visit archcapital.ventures to learn more about how you can leverage real estate investing to improve your life through passive income, financial freedom, and generational wealth.